I think this is working. I wanted to give you guys a quick update, tell you guys that I'm doing okay for all those who saw the video I made a little while ago. It's since been removed. That's more so for me because it was, after looking at it in a much better mental state, I understood I could make content that actually spoke to people in a much better way, since it kind of seemed like something you guys were more so interested in. A lot of you even said it was motivational, even though I mean, looking back at it, I kind of thought I was a bitch. I understand a lot more than I have given myself credit for, and I think I've really come to terms with that, or come to understand that in the past 3 or 4 days that I've kind of had a little bit of a manic break. But now that I'm through it, I know why, you know, when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to you guys, when it comes to me, I know why I've been so unattentive. One thing that will really be helping me through this is a slight alteration in content. While I still will be doing controller stuff, I want to experiment with how the videos are made so they're kind of not as like life draining. But more importantly, I'm going to start doing more personal things. We're also going to be looking at different types of tech. I have a racing wheel inside, as well as a headset that SteelSeries sent me. With the racing wheel, I might even try to do something like gaming, because I really like BeamNG. Not all these videos are going to be super introspective and looking deep into the fucking human soul. For instance, I have a cup, like there's this very custom Lego set. I'd like to buy that and do a little fun review. I got some really awesome, ungodly expensive minifigures that I might look at as well, because those are probably some of the coolest items I own. And what I've heard from everyone is, you know, I watch you regardless of the controller reviews, or I'd wish you do other stuff, or, you know, this, that, or the other. I'm a lot more complex with my career with YouTube than a lot of people think. There is probably thousands of notes about how this stuff functions, at least for me and my channel, because channels are like humans, they're all different, and the algorithm works differently for all of them. But initially, when I started doing controllers, I had planned to move on from just doing controllers at some point, a much sooner point than, you know, this. But I originally gave them a half-life of about 150,000 subscribers, which I kind of still think is somewhere around the ballpark. So the plan is, by the end of this year, bare minimum, 60 to 70% of the content that'll be going up will be not controller related, while the other 30 to 40% will be the content I do now. Reviews, comparisons, talking about hardware, stuff like that. I know it doesn't seem like it, but this is, you know, this is my full-time job. I've said this before. I'm 21 though. I don't know. I mean, a lot of you think I'm like 18, but I am still living at home, and that lack of absolute responsibility for my own independence has kind of hindered me. I allowed it to do things to me because I wasn't in school throughout high school, so I allowed it to change how I thought about certain things, and it's not really how I want to think about certain things subconsciously. Because, and this is something I'll make an entirely different video about, your subconscious is absolutely what drives you to do most of what you do, and you don't even realize it. People act and do certain things that I truly believe they are unaware is affected by essentially an entirely different person in their body. And this is a bit of a strange take for this video. Like I said, probably be a separate project all on its own, but society has done a very good job of separating people from who they are internally and who they think they are.
With a society that abandons.
There's very much a duality inside all of us, and I think I have struggled to reason with mine. There's a quote I heard when I was a kid that my mom had she hadn't like heard it and then reworded it. It was just something she'd always said. But there's a quote from a movie that really struck with me recently. It's a movie I've watched literally since I was born, and it was The Iron Giant. You are who you choose to be. And something Mom always told me was, happiness is a choice. The reason you're miserable is because you choose to be. You have to actively choose happiness every day. And it's not just for the sake of being happy, it's for the sake of getting through the hard things. There have been times when I have gotten through things that in one mental state literally probably would have made me break my computer. But I'd seen something funny on Instagram coincidentally just beforehand. It put me in a state of joy. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to keep that momentum. Not consciously, it was just kind of subconsciously. And I laughed all the way through all of the problems that I had. There's those days, and then there's the days when I injure myself. And as much as it seems involuntary and so difficult to decide against doing things when you're in the moment, it's still possible, and I know it is for all of us. When I was a kid, I truly thought there was something wrong with me. I truly thought I could not control this. But I realized when I was older, there's that voice. Something really didn't feel right when I did the things that were wrong, that I knew were wrong. The more you listen to that voice, the more you stop yourself from doing those wrong things in the first place. Like I said in my last video, very bad addict. Don't let people tell you weed isn't addictive. Anything is addictive. The human mind is this incredibly complex thing. Think about this for a second. Cults convinced normal people who had normal lives, who were, you know, religious or just lived in these neighborhoods with cars and houses and jobs and normal friends, and they were just average people. How did they go from that to being perfectly okay with their arms being cut off? And they're just like, no, he has to do this. The cult leader has to cut my arm off. I deserve this. I fucked up. You can train your brain to essentially keep a routine of anything, even bad things. You let bad things become routine. You have to try to make good things into a routine. But once they are, it's much easier to do them. I'll probably make like 3 or 4 different like videos on all this different shit. This is a bit of rambling. I just wanted to tell you guys I'm okay. The last one was, what, the cold hard truth, which was, yeah, that was just a title I'd thought up when I had uploaded the video. That's just what it was. I think from this point on, we're gonna work on facing the cold hard truth. There are a lot of things that can be done external to you, but the person who will always hurt you the worst is yourself. Let me know what kind of content you guys want to see that's more personal, introspective. I'm definitely going to review Lego sets, but they're going to be like, it's going to be really bad, because I know Legos are like a kid's thing. I don't make kid content. Fuck those kids. I love you guys, and I will see you very, 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 very soon. Take it easy.